Hey YouTube, it's MC Mike Critic here, and and I am really glad I am talking about this movie a lot. So basically, though, this movie is kind of good though, but this movie I'm a reference to is Detention movie. So about to watch it next, but suddenly though, I could have because my brother kept on complaining about his own video game. So whatever. So this really good movie had to be the most awesome movie ever. So basically it was, but now it's not. But I like this movie a lot because it does have different meanings about this movie, but I like how they set and started in high school and probably in 2011 instead of 2016 because it's hottest twins ever. So and basically it was that kind of movie that had to be low southern and low had the back for some reason. So like it's bit of a continuous review for me because I don't care. Because I don't care what this movie thinks, so because it's really that kind of good of a movie because it's really good. So if you can hear me, I will probably say yes. So yeah. So basically though, I am really abolished that I can view this movie at different times, I guess. And basically though, it was a basically how this movie got take place from because I know it takes from 2011, but it doesn't take from 1992, which is 2011. So basically, this movie has to be one of those movies that had to be Back to the Future kind of because all the reference they have and all the stuff they have, it's kind of good for exactly because yeah, because I can really relate to it as a basically of a movie kind of. So basically, it's like it's really that kind of movie that has to be one of the late earliest movies. So basically, yeah, and basically though, this movie has to be some kind of reference to some movies. It can't be made until like later this year. So basically, like Nimrod, Nimrod, that was like the album from Green Day. So they put Green Day inside this stuff in. So as in my Simpsons review, that I could wish to make a movie. I could wish to make a TV show out of this because I will probably love it if they do though, because I will love it when they have the TV shows. So basically though, yeah, basically though, this movie has to be the most awesome movie ever. So basically it is. So basically I never had to be the great movies ever. So actually though, I can't really relate how many stuff they have in the movie because yeah, in the beginning they had this girl who is the Fisher or something. He's a bitch called the separate names. So it's type of movie that had explain to you what kind of stuff that happens. So yeah, it's kind of movie, but it's a mixed with High School Musical with no, scratch that. It's mixed with zombie the zombie island and Shaun of the Dead. So basically, it's that kind of that movie. So no, not that. It's basically about everything, but I don't understand how they reference to. But I'm really just I'm really abolished with this awesome movie or not because like it's really good for matter of fact because it made me take back. It maybe reminds me of this old high school days. I could talk about it, but I can't. So basically, it's that kind of high school thing. So yep. So basically though, this movie has to be has to be self-centered for all of the movies. Like, it has explaining to everything. This girl who kept on explaining that is actually kind of good for most exactly, and yeah. So basically, if this movie has to be number one, if I make a list of top 10 movies that has to be awesome, this one will be number one. Spoiler alert. So yeah, could be number one. This movie is. So I'm scared of this location because what if someone finds me? If someone else finds me, I could do it anyway. So I could probably say this movie has to be the off-centered movie ever. I'm not saying like really bad or nothing, but it's like really good for a matter of fact. And sorry. And basically though, mm, yeah, basically though, I don't care if someone says this movie but says like really outstanding, so traumatic for this movie is, but it's really cool though. But I have watched it on Hulu for once because I have a Hulu account. Don't know how, and I watched this movie though because it was on Hulu for a month exactly, and I don't know how, but they could have moved to Hulu to Netflix because I watched it on Netflix and not Hulu because I never trust Hulu for most of it. So yeah, so basically I could talk about the movie more and more for basically though because yeah, because basically though this movie is kind of awesome for most of it because like it's really off-putting for me because I could probably say this movie has to be one of the best of explainable movies ever. It's just like Shaun of the Dead, but with the Breakfast Club for most example, and it's like one thing though, can take this off my mind. Like this one jock, I mean one bully jock, who is who is a who is a mutant. He was a mutant fly or whatever, and yeah, and besides, it was kind of like weird though. It's like mixed. It's a B movie horror kind of. It's a B horror movie, for most example. You know what B horror movie is? It's a beast horror movie. So basically, get out of your mind, get out of the gutters if you think about other stuff. So it's that kind of movie that's got out of the gutters and just explainable stuff like that. It's like that. So it's like Nessie Classified meets iCarly because iCarly explains everything. Ned 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 from next from Ned High School Classified explained, and yeah, so this movie's kind of like that because I was thinking about like this movie has to be some other movie that has to be really that good. So I was thinking about like, a movie called Detention of the Dead. So I never haven't watched this movie a lot because I know like how much gore and blood in this movie is. So it's basically that kind of movie that has to be the best. So I bought this movie at CEX for I don't know how much, but I forgot because I read about anyway. So don't care. So and I thought it was like I thought oh my god this movie cool, and I brought it for some reason because it's around movies. So there. I said it. I'm around movies. Happy now? Good. So so basically, though, I can't understand how much hatred people have hate this movie because I love it. So I don't care if people just understand how many times this movie has to be great because I can tell it, dude. I can tell if like some movies have to be great or not. So it's like kind of movie that has to be greater than ever. So yeah, so basically though, for my exactly, that some movies has to be off-putting for most of me because I can't tell you why, but I can't. I'm confused in what I confuse like whatever happens next or whatever happens before, because first we get round to this girl who got killed by this parody of Cinderella called Cinderella. So basically, you can't imagine if like some movies had to be rip off or not. But actually, it's not. It's like a movie inside a movie that people want to watch. So basically, it's like movie reception, but I can't go deeper than that one. So please don't take me for seriously. So yeah. Oh God. Okay. Let me write this up a little bit. So this movie has to be the greatest movies ever because it takes it to prom, it takes it to other prom, it takes you somewhere else to do, and I kind of like it though. It's like going to the prom or wherever, and like the killer, and spoiler alert, the killer was some teenager who dressed up as Cinderella, who killed the main students. So basically, I could do a reference to it, but I really can't. So yeah, I really can't because really can't even. I can't even imagine how many times this movie has to be like great or not because some directors are like some directors are so high they kept on making this movie really great. I like it. I like it though. I like this movie a lot. But actually though, I could think that some movies has to be one of the greatest and ever. So I could have. Oh my god. So I could have something else to do, but basically I couldn't because sometimes movies are great, sometimes movies are awful, sometimes it's like really that. Mm, mm, okay, one sec. Sometimes movies has like something else. Sometimes movie has great, great, great dignity. For some movies, had to be. So, so my favorite part of the scene was like with how they could explain everything without even killing each other. That's the whole time movie, though. So basically, my question of today is question: what is your favorite scene of the Detention movie? Or if you haven't seen Detention movie, please watch it on Hulu. So if they have it, watch it. So if they do have it, probably watch it on Netflix or so. Probably have it or haven't do it recently. Yeah, but suddenly though, it was that kind of movie that has to be the greatest. So yeah, so basically, my question is for today is for you today is what is your favorite movie of what's your favorite high school movie? And don't say high school musical because if you say that, you're out. And if you ever said Breakfast Club, you're kind of deep. But um, your question today is like what is your favorite high school movie? I'm not saying what's your favorite high school musical, but I'm saying what's your favorite high school movie. But if you comment saying high school musical, please, you're forgetting different two type of things. I don't do I don't do Disney movies. I don't do any kind of movies that has to be overrated or not. And three, I can't do all the movies that has to be pop cultured. So this movie has to be 90s reference for most of it because I have to be one of those guys who's one of those person who actually lived in the 90s for that much. So yeah, so and this movie had to be a lot of hipsters about this, but you have to watch out for it because it has to be one hipster or two. So basically, it is. And besides, it's really that good. So before I start this readings off, I like to say that I am basically doing a countdown with my voice and the stuff behind it, and it'll be awesome. All right. So actually, this movie has to be um. All right, this movie has to be the great movie. So I ran this movie to I am giving it a 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 points because some movies are great, some movies are actually kind of like yeah, kind of like kind of like boring for me, but I'd give it 10 out of 10 because it's the best movie to explain everything that happened. So basically, it was that kind of movie that had to be one of the movies. So with different genres came over and just do it over again. So yeah, whatever. So basically, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, music is life. And also, my favorite question for you is my favorite question for you is what's your favorite high school movies? Don't say High School Musical because it's not there in the list. So see ya.